Good afternoon. My name is Zavaleta. I work in Greece and in OPHI. And I'm here to present a proposal for some basic indicators that allow us to measure aspects of shame and humiliation. Measuring these dimensions is a formidable challenge, both conceptually and technically. Problems such as lifelong habituation, what constitutes an unjust act, the unavailability of data, the fact that affective states are internal phenomena not amenable to direct observation, etc., make this exercise particularly challenging and demands innovation. Yet some experiences in relevant fields provide good grounds for the design of basic indicators that allow us to start a process of developing instruments to capture data on these dimensions. Why is this? Why are shame and humiliation important? Absolute poverty has both material and social dimensions. Shame and humiliation are particularly strong relational impoverishment dimensions. Some argue that the importance of this dimension is so central that the lack of humiliation is the core component of a decent society, or that absolute deprivation also includes being ashamed to appear in public. Furthermore, the Voices of the Poor study conducted in 60 countries found that the stigma of poverty is a recurring theme among the poor, with people often trying to conceal their poverty to avoid humiliation and shame. Shame and humiliation can affect many aspects of social life, such as not being able to do what is customary in society, discrimination, numerous forms of oppression, and even international conflict. Humiliation has also been related to a myriad of psychosocial maladies, such as self-esteem, poor interpersonal relations, school-related difficulties, delinquency, social phobia, anxiety, depression, etc. What do we mean by shame and humiliation? By shame, we mean a global, painful, and devastating experience in which the self, not just behavior, is painfully scrutinized and negatively evaluated, is often accompanied by a sense of shrinking and being small, and by a sense of worthlessness and powerlessness. It's likely to be accompanied by a desire to hide or escape from the interpersonal situation in question. By humiliation, on the other side, we mean two different forms of experiences: an act to humiliate someone or feeling humiliated, or a feeling. As an act, as an external event, humiliation means the enforced lowering of a person or group, a process of subjugation that damages or strips away their pride, honor, or dignity. As an internal event, the feeling of humiliation, it means the deep dysphoric feeling associated with being or perceiving oneself as being unjustly degraded, ridiculed, or put down. In particular, one's identity has been demeaned or devalued. We propose to measure these domains by looking at the stigma of poverty, which is extremely linked to aspects of social conditions, such as norms and values. We propose to observe also to measure shame proneness, which has a direct link with interpersonal behavior. We propose to measure the two experiences of humiliation by looking at the external experience through respectful treatment and unfair treatment, which inquire about the values affecting this dimension. We propose to also look at discrimination, which inquires about specific actions or the lack of it in particular aspects of daily life. This will allow us to emphasize the interaction taking place. To measure the internal experience of humiliation, we propose to measure accumulated humiliation, which allow us to measure an internal assessment of an individual in the experience of humiliation. What can we do with this data? We can identify vulnerable groups by level of income, gender, age, ethnicity, level of education, etc. But we can also increase our understanding of questions such as if shame is an aspect of absolute poverty or not, if lower economic levels and shame proneness are related, if shame increases if poverty worsens over time, or vice versa, if the stigma of poverty is related to shame proneness, or if ashamed people are less likely to take actions to change their lives. Thank you. Thank you.